intro. We need intro. Who? I guess you shit. You know intro?
Intro to what?
Come on, intro music?
No. Alright guys. Pay to play boys.
Oh, that
Yeah,
intro.
yeah, we need that type of, you know.
Go ahead.
Alright, pay to play boys, back again. First time, pilot. Let's get it. So we here, so what we got going, guys?
Man, just stepping into the world, trying to get everything the same as what it is, niggas.
Sound about right?
Yeah.
So, today's topics are...
Shit, we going with the Olympics. Everybody can watch that for sure. Not everybody. That's a good question though. Like that's a topic. So like
Can you watch that?
No, what I'm saying. So Olympics, they are a thing, but how many people are watching it every year? Like I think that's some background shit that people just.
I don't think nobody realized it.
Yeah.
I mean, you got people that's like flowing in it that, you know, back in the day when we had certain teams that made a difference, but I mean, right now,
Dream team type.
Right.
But so are people just watching the dream? Are they watching just basketball? Are they watching the gymnastics and the racing and the, you know, like we got the Usain Bolt type energy?
Yeah,
So,
it's because people get on like Instagram or Facebook and make it like something that we gotta watch. Because like old dude, what is his name?
Noah Lyles.
He said that.
Who is that? What is
You don't know about
See,
that.
so he said so basically Noah Lyles. This was before the Olympics even started, probably like last year, early this year, something like that. So he had said basically, so when you win the finals, you win the Super Bowl, the World Series, we talk like it's world champions. But he's like champions of what?
World champions of what?
World champions of what?
Universe, I guess.
Like, but it's not a
But
world.
I mean,
He's saying it's not a world. It's more so like
It's more of a team because they're not going against everybody else in the
we're
world.
in the world.
Yeah.
But it's just the way that you put it. Whose like championship is more important? Who do we glorify on TV? Do we go glorify motherfuckers from Siberia and Russia and stuff like that as the world champions when they win?
Right. So you know, like a lot
So
of
would it be
basketball
more
players-
so as a nation, I guess, then?
For us, yes. I mean, it's a national championship.
Yeah.
It's a national championship for sure,
mean,
because they have, you know, like niggas, they go play overseas, they go play in China and still be.
But you still repping U.S. So it's just kind of one of them ideals of like,
But then I don't know. I look at it like this, man. Did basketball started in America? Shit.
That's what I don't know.
Fucking football started in America.
Football did, but I think all
Which
of them
football?
really. The only thing they can tell me is soccer.
Soccer's the only solid sport.
That's the
More
casual.
Yeah.
But basketball did start in the U.S.
Right.
So I mean, so they're giving it and saying like they are the national championship, but they're the world champions of that sport because that sport started where? Yeah.
right.
So then anything else that branched off, it was looked at as we're the world champions of that sport because nobody else. I mean, at that point, who gonna focus until they get to the Olympics?
But I mean, if you lose, then what?
Then you drop down, you get the world champions.
So then I got the question too. Like, what qualifies you to be in the Olympics? Like, what makes you?
That part.
What?
I always want to know that. So I get into an ideal of like, if you go pro, right?
Yeah.
You playing professional basketball,
Right.
right? So that's cool, that's understandable, but what qualifies and gets you actually into the Olympics?
I think especially being good enough.
So yeah, for what? So what they do is they go through qualification. They go through qualifying rounds to actually get there. Like we're gonna get to the topic of Reagan. I found some more about her. That's the whole conspiracy of her. But so you have to go through a qualifications and then to actually put you into that category, and then you win that, and then you represent your home country as far as that.
But you know she was a professor of breakdance?
Yes, she does. I think they say it's like a bachelor or PhD or something like that in breakdancing. She went to school. So look, let me put you on game. So we already seen the video, right? We already seen the video. So,
Hold on, are we talking about
Reagan
jumpsuit?
Yes, Reagan from Australia, representing Australia, right?
Carry on.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so basically it's a conspiracy. So because Australia didn't have a breakdancing team. For one, so the Olympic, every single year they try to add a new sport. That's why we know about breakdancing. So they added breakdancing this year.
But it took them long enough though, because I mean breakdancing been a while for quite some time. So.
It has. So they try to add.
Yeah.
So they added that. So what she did was, her husband was one of the judges for the qualifying rounds.
And that was her coach.
And that was her coach. The people that she went against were all her friends. So
like you tapped into your conspiracy theory. But go ahead.
So basically, her husband was one of the coaches. Mm-hmm. Everybody that she went against, they were all her friends. They wanted her to go. Mm-hmm. So they kind of and put her in that position to where now she's the head honcho and kind of, you know what I'm saying?
It's the one sport that automatically just out of nowhere just
We
never heard this in no sport. Nobody trains and doesn't eat 16 meals throughout the day to make sure they can do a head spin. But now she's
she wasn't head spinning though. She wasn't that good.
She couldn't do it.
She wasn't that good.
She did a handstand. That's
she
about
did a handstand.
So I mean, I gotta throw it out there. So I was watching it when I first seen it. I mean, it wasn't on national TV or anything like that.
Right.
I watched it on TikTok. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I was watching that shit on TikTok. They just had sneaker sound in it, so I'm crying. I'm dying. You know, I'm just trying to see like. So for the breakdance, was it like a music selection or like how was it?
So
a live band?
No, I think it was just a music selection. I think it was just music. Yeah, I didn't watch it either, but I'm saying like everybody's seen that. But I think they just music select like type shit. Like I ain't gonna lie, like on my TikTok, a lot of dance shit just come on my shit. Like Red Bull, they have their own dance crew type shit. Like so it comes on there, but nobody's as bad as she was. I'm not gonna lie. But she's getting a lot of back.
That's pretty funny to me.
I think she's using that on her advantage because now she on like another world tour just talking about it.
Yeah, just
right. But see, this is my thing, and that's what ties into my topic today, which is the music, right? Mm-hmm. It's this viral phenomenon of social media, right? Right. So my topic is more so of like, what makes a rapper a good rapper nowadays? Is it more so because he go viral on the social media aspect? Is it more so because it's lyrical? Is it more so of a feeling that they give off? It might be Cat and a Half rap, right?
It is.
It might be Cat and a Half rap, ABC.
Yeah.
But it's the feeling that it brings, or is it the beats? Is it the producer?
Yeah, no, I think it's just viral. I think it's just being viral, man. Like you don't have to be good. And nowadays, you don't have to be good at anything. As long as you get enough people to watch it, enough people behind you, you get enough clicks. Like that just jumpstarts your career.
So is it more so a person? My bad. That's another one. So is it more so a personality? That was my question there because it was like, what's making a good rapper? I mean, you see a person go viral, here it is, come out of nowhere. Everything is always a trend every day, right?
Right.
It's always a trend for something, no matter if it's cooking, food, sports, whatever the fuck it is, right? But my whole thing is like, far as music, the aspect, you know what I'm saying? Seeing where the music is going, as far as the future. That's my whole thing. Like, what is making a good rapper now? Man? That's taking people like.
Yeah, the thing, man. Like last year, what was it? It was last year. It took us to like October, November, September, something like that before a rap album even went #1. Like I think it's fading out. I think it's honestly fading out because nobody's making really good music.
It's the attention span because I mean, if you look at it, most videos that people are looking at are less than a minute. Yeah. So if you have something that can catch your attention within that minute and then either make you want to do a dance, go do something to, advance that song, that's all it is. It's not about your lyrics. It's definitely the beat. It's what makes your hips move, what makes your feet get going, and then what makes you can make a dance. Because every song, if we look at it, we'll listen to that one song that make you viral. Do we listen to the album?
No.
Do we listen to the fourth and fifth song that goes on?
And see, that was my whole thing, bro. Because, like I say, I'm not gonna point out specifics of certain artists thinking this like that, right? So I'm just gonna keep referring back to that, right? Talk of tea, whatever you want to call it, right? We'll keep it like that.
Taco T.
But the thing is, this is my whole thing, right? So let's say like you hear a song, not even a challenge, right? You're scrolling through your feed, but it's this song that just keep ringing of who's ever hot at that time, for us trending, right? You keep hearing it, you keep hearing it, you keep hearing it. My whole thing is, to me, you say a minute, I say a 15. It's like, it's really
15
now,
really
man, like a
15.
15 second,
So,
20 minute,
And that's
20
the thing
second
too. That's the
window.
thing too. When I was working at Facebook, that was a thing that we was promoting. We was promoting like the 15 minute. I mean 15 seconds.
seconds.
15 seconds because that's gonna get it. That's gonna get it, bro. Like
Because
something-
it ties back into what JT saying. Because now, when I hear the full song come on the radio,
Right.
it's like,
You don't even know
I'm the second part.
until you just hear it and then
You
it's
hear
like,
that little
oh,
piece.
yeah, that's where I know it comes from. It came from TikTok.
That shit.
But you don't know the full.
so that's what I'm saying. Is the music more so of like, is it more so of a dying breed? We thinking
I don't
of
think music can ever die. I think the
Songs
like he
will
said,
die.
yeah, songs will die.
Songs
Like how
will
he
die.
say, like you know what I'm
That
saying?
part.
It's
Okay.
that minute that's the only thing that you hear. So what they're doing is they're just making 15, 30 seconds of something catchy and it's sticking. It's sticking. It
Because
ain't
if
like
you
no
can go
song.
back to like an old school song, Curtis Mayfield, Pusha Man, that kind of shit, you gotta listen to the whole song so you can actually understand
Yeah.
what he talking about. He pushing drug. He the first official trap song we ever had. People would say,
okay. Let me ask this since we're on the topic before we move on. So when you mention songs like that, Return of the Mac, all that R&B, you know what
Real
I'm saying?
song.
Yeah, real
rap
yeah.
song.
Shit, you gotta listen to the whole
Right.
song.
When we
It's a
mention
story.
the Pacs and the Biggies and
Yeah.
things like that, are we saying more so of the meaning of the song was more timeless to where it wasn't tied? There's no time frame you can tie it to. It still
No.
goes on to
You
today.
can still listen to it and it can either motivate you, get you, cause I mean, I'll listen to an old Sade song, which it just gets me in the mindset to, you know, get ready to grind. It depends
Right.
on the mood you on. But then you'll listen to some of this fast-paced shit that they only getting to one thing, which, I mean, nowadays, we know they talking about switches and bitches and all kinds
Yeah,
of shit.
yeah,
Where you
yeah.
wouldn't hear that back in the day. It would actually, you know, make you want to love somebody or understand some
Yeah.
shit. Right then nowadays, it's a whole different feeling.
Yeah.
So that's my whole thing, and I think that's the problem that I have with I get lost in the translation, I guess, more so for the lingo. This is because it's more so of like, is it more so we stuck in our era, our time, or what we felt like, what was music, or do we adapt to what's going on now?
If you want to make it, you have to adapt. If you want to, because all artists have to adapt. That's why you have
Right.
one-hit wonders.
Right. I'm just saying, I'm not speaking from an artist standpoint. I'm speaking more so for like
Listener.
a listener. You know what I'm saying? A consumer. You know what I'm saying? If I'm a person, I grew up in this era, right? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We ain't throw my age out there, but in the 80s, right?
Right.
So if I grew up in the 80s, what I came up on that I thought was hip hop, or what I thought was rap, what I thought was soul, R&B, blues, jazz, whatever the case may be, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It don't matter the genre. But what I thought was music was like, damn, you know, when mama cooking the hot, when mama clean the hive, this playing, you know what I'm saying? Or we
Yeah.
at a party,
Right,
we go to a
right,
grown
right,
folk party,
right.
you get invited. This is what they playing
Right.
down here in the country.
Right.
So when I'm listening to this, and then nowadays, you know, fast forward 2024, what I'm hearing is just kind of like, are you giving me 5-year, 10-year, 15-year vibes that I'm be able to pull that out and be like, this what we listen to back in the day.
Yeah, it's
You
not
see what
artists
I'm
like that.
saying?
Yeah, it's not a lot of artists
That's
like
what
that.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
We've lost a lot of those artists that can't give us that
That-
because of, you know, whether it be violence or overdosing or shit. But I mean, we do still have artists now that I put it like what we was listening to today, Big S the Plug.
Right.
He takes some of them old beats and actually bring them back to fruition to
Right.
where people don't hear that. All they want to hear
But
is kicks and drums.
But that's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying, though. I mean, it's a good thing you bring that up. Not just necessarily him as an individual, but it's like most music now You know what I'm saying? For like the last 10 years, you know what I'm saying? Has been sampled. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, we mentioned him because he's new, and but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're talking about when Kanye came out.
And he
I mean,
used
you're
to
talking
see
about
it in a way the same
But that's
thing.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I mean, you got the Method Man's, the Red Man's, the Tupac's, the Biggie's, all that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All that shit is. Far as hip hop and rap, that all that shit has been looped and recycled, right?
Of course.
That's what we call the remixes and whatever the case may
Right,
be.
right.
I'm not even jumping into that aspect. My whole thing is the essence, right? The originality, right? No matter if you jump on a trap beat or a slow beat or whatever the case may be, does the new music stand the test of time? Is what I'm asking.
Can you listen to this in
Can we
15
do
years?
that? I don't
That's
think
what I'm
we're.
saying.
I don't think we're doing. I think we're doing
That's
that
what I'm
with our
saying.
bigger artists, with like people like just coming up now, like let's just say Playboy Cardi. Like I don't think his music's gonna be timeless.
But
I
it's
think
not,
it's a
but
way.
listen though. This is the thing. I'm not gonna speak on specifics as far as rap. That's why I said it doesn't matter the genre. So now I'm a transition your mind to somewhere else.
Okay.
Let's say R&B. Does anything stand the time outside of? We're not gonna go past. We're not gonna say Kels. Usher.
I was thinking Usher. I was thinking
Oh,
Usher.
Chris Brown. Okay.
I was just thinking about Chris Brown.
Okay.
Chris Brown.
That's the one that
Past-
just popped in my
Okay,
head.
so past Chris Brown, right?
Right.
Alone.
Right.
Outside of Chris Brown, alone. Anything out after Chris Brown, do we feel like it stands the time?
I mean, it depends on the artist.
The artist. I mean, because you got.
I mean, you say that because the way I listen to music is it's all indie, right? To a certain extent, right? So it's like plenty indie artists that's jam, right? Got it, but it's like stand the test of time due to what?
I'll give you one
Now what
here.
are we talking about?
Khalid. Khalid's music, I feel from where it is to where the way he does it and how it's been done, that would be someone ideally that it's not as mainstream,
But it's
it's still time. He has hits that
Yeah.
it's not, it takes you back to almost like an old school feel.
Right.
Because depending on the artist, yes, they might have to do different things for the industry
Right.
to make a song poppin'. But if you go back to some of their older stuff or even what they're doing currently, it still can pop. But then you got other artists that, like you said, past Chris Brown. Do we have anybody mainstream?
It's not
I don't
necessarily.
know.
But that's what I'm
You gotta
saying.
dig into the bag.
What name?
Oh, we can-
Okay, outside of Chris,
SZA?
but this is what I'm
I
saying.
was thinking SZA.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but I'm the scissors, all that. But see, that's what I'm saying. That's more so. I feel like. Okay, I get you that. That's decent. That's decent.
Yeah, 'cause you got it's timeless hits right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
for sure.
Okay, timeless music.
But we
Okay.
only got
But that's
certain
what I'm saying.
picks. It used to be a whole. You could have a group,
That's
a whole
what I'm saying.
band.
From your
Jodeci.
Freddie Taylors to your Janets
Right.
to
You
your
got people-
all that
Michael, you got
Mariah's,
people-
all that. That's what I'm saying. So it's like when you think catalog, right? A long list of like people like when you talking 15 years from where you at from now, right? Not playing the shit that we grew up on, playing the shit as of
Now.
what's now. You play that shit 15 years later, no matter if it's at a family function, whatever the fuck it may be, whatever the celebration
It's
is.
a short list.
Yeah, it's
Who's on that
No,
list?
it's a short
That's
list.
what I'm saying.
We don't have it for.
That's the shit I'm
That's
talking about. Who's on that list?
Like I mean, we don't have no
there
Diana
yet,
Bosses.
bro. I don't think we there yet. We won't know right now.
Where the Mike
We
Jackson?
should have. It should be at this point because those people that were in our generation, if you look at it, that was 20, 30 years ago.
That's what I'm
Who can
saying.
we have now?
Now you're talking. Now you're talking a lot of whole. To me, I feel like there's no more one-hit wonders. There's 15 seconds of fame.
That's it.
15 seconds, yeah.
Cause you get a chance to put that out, and then from there you got to keep chasing those same banks. It has to keep going on and on through
see what
social
I'm
media.
saying?
So
Once it dies off.
right now, I think that's who we's playing timeless, bro. It's you gotta give it to Drake. It's timeless,
15 years from now?
100%.
Yeah,
100%. 100%.
I mean, honestly, just because of the way,
100% R&B.
because he had
But-
so many hits. He's on everybody's songs. That's
True enough. True enough. He'll be relevant for the time. My whole thing is, do y'all feel he'll stand the test of time? Is more so of the samples. Drake do a lot of samples.
He does a lot of shit.
He does.
But
I mean, you learn from the best. You talking Jay, Ye, all them.
Right.
They all do that shit. So that's cool.
Everybody, yeah.
So I get it. I ain't fucked up about
You're
it.
saying is, are samples going to still be a thing that we're going to be listening to?
No. I'm talking about the essence of an original, essence of an art. I'm gonna say an artist. I'm not gonna say a rapper because it could be R&B, it could be jazz, soul, rap, whatever, hip hop, whatever it could be. My whole thing is the essence, the purity of just an individual artist from today's time. Will it withstand time? Like all this music we listened to 30, 40 years ago. I can turn on a Freddie Taylor song and jam that like it just came out last week.
I can do the same
That's
thing
what
with
I'm
Ray
saying.
Charles.
I can pull that out and jam that like it just came out.
But the thing
2 weeks ago.
is music was made differently in that time. You had to go stand in line to go get an album, to go get a CD, to go get an 8-track. Now you can stream that shit in 5 seconds.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's the lust of the music. You used to yearn for an artist to put something out because you had to wait. You had to wait because you had other artists that were going against him. So you were like, or who it was, you were like, no, I want my artist. So you used to have to stand in line for it.
But this
it makes you want it more.
But this is my thing. I don't mean to overcrowd my topic, but this is my thing. So even with that, I get what you're saying.
The wild card.
That y'all know. I'm ready for it. I told you, they gonna sit down. Cheers, we'll see. Cheers. So look, this is my whole thing. Even with that repertoire, right? So you're saying like more so of the urgency boom is the mindset, processing, all that actual physical of going out, buying a CD, waiting in lines, doing all this and all that, waiting on the outcome, watching TV and all that. Beside all that, right? Because now we shoot past that. You don't have to download MP3s. You don't have to do. You don't have to I was just going to that. You don't have to burn CDs no more.
Right.
So we're shooting past all that. Fast forward, right? My whole thing is now it's the essence. So if I play an older song that maybe be like 20 to 40 years old, right? To some degree, even if you don't know the lyrics word for word, you know the melody and you know what song it is. You see what I'm saying? As far as the essence, that's what I'm saying. So you're talking about that. That's what I'm talking about. Getting to the root of that, because it's not more so of like what you have to do to grasp that music and why I feel much more. Because we didn't catch that. To an extent, we didn't catch that, right? Yeah, we burned CDs, bought CDs, MP3 players, and all that old shit. Download, LimeWire, all that old shit. That's cool, that's fine. But the song stand alone. You see what I'm saying? Stand alone. That essence of that, like, why is it like this artist just dropped this whole trending? I give it 15 seconds. I can hear it all day, every day if I'm scrolling through social media. But if I really choose what I'm really playing in my car, it's some shit that's 20 years prior plus.
It depends
That's
on
what
how
I'm
you pick
saying.
it from there. Because nowadays they got these algorithms. So it don't matter. It don't matter if you heard it once. They gonna keep it rolling for you. So then it gets hooked in your mind. So then even on your streaming service,
of course, we know the machine.
Right.
We know that.
It's to make sure that you get hooked on that, and then from there you add on to that streaming. But then let's say you don't have a certain streaming service. You just using Pandora. You're gonna be able to go into what you like to hear, and then but from everybody else's standpoint, it's just I'm just listening to what they give me the option to. And then you go and look, okay, who is Boss Man? Who is this guy? Who is this person? And then you try to figure out, but then from there you get so far deep into it, they ain't shit 9 times out of 10. They just had one hot song.
So it goes back to my main question before we move on. The essence is what I'm saying.
The essence ain't there no more.
There we go. That's all I was checking for.
You being forced to listen to some of this shit.
yeah,
We don't have a choice.
There we go. So that's my whole thing. Is it more so of the viral for the social media shit?
Yeah.
Is that more so what it
100%,
is?
that's what's selling.
Or what's more for influence? Or is it actually essence?
No, it's influence 100%. It has nothing to do with how you feel about it.
That's all I was trying to
That's like, so going back to the Olympics.
convert back.
So so fucking USA, we basically the shit right now. So
As what though?
we're the shit. We're up on everybody.
We won, dude.
We won 126 medals. The closest compared to China, they won 91. Japan, they have 45. Australia, they had 53. And then France, 64.
Nowhere close.
Yeah, nobody's anywhere close to being
Outside of
us. Are we just the greatest like country, or are we just good at
No, we got niggas.
Okay, that's what it is.
I mean, that's for a talent, but this is my whole thing. Okay, this is my whole thing. Sports, right?
Right,
Olympics,
right.
what we're discussing. My whole thing for the Olympics is, who is the founder and the creator of that? Is that us?
No, absolutely.
Fuck no.
The Olympics
So
been
where does
going back since like Rome. It's the Olympic Games that's been going on since they had the Coliseum.
Coliseum.
Right.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
So that's what I was checking for. So, far as the scouting far as like talent and shit. How are you deciphering outside now what they do is the numbers, right? 8, 9, 9, 2, something like that, right? Outside of that, how are you scouting the talent to where it's like you feel like it comes in and it seems more so of like your Olympic interior? Because my whole thing is like, I fuck with the medieval times, the all that old shit, right?
Right.
So my whole thing is like, when I think Olympics, I think like demigods. So I think of like Zeus and everything he created on that. You see what I'm saying? From your Hercules, Poseidons and shit, all that old kind of shit. So when I think Olympics, I think like demigod, half god, half man.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So how are you scouting this talent?
We
where
have-
you
yeah,
feel
it's
like
because
it's
it's-
qualifications?
Yeah, you
for
gotta
it.
go through like
but
the
you know, like so one of Kayla's questions was, so like I got it on the TV, on the TV.
Okay.
What are they doing when the Olympics not there, like going on? So they're training. So
Right.
so
I
they're
get that.
training.
Behind
They're
the
training.
scenes. I
So
get that.
how so? Where do you get this? What are you doing in between time? Because a gold medalist, you win gold, that's 40,000.
Right.
You win silver. You win silver, that's 20. You win bronze, that's 10.
They're playing for their actual, country when it comes towards of even inside of just normal sports. If a soccer player ain't playing in the Olympics, then they playing, the FIFA. They playing for the U.S. for even other small clubs.
Yeah.
So you playing inside of your country.
So think about this. What about like Simone Biles? She's doing gymnastics.
Yeah,
But that's what I'm saying.
Gymnastics.
But that's what I'm saying. Gymnastics. She come from that. You build that up from elementary, middle school, high
Because
school,
my cousins
college,
did
all that.
gymnastics
Okay,
and all that.
but that's what I'm saying though. This is my thing. This is why I get confused at with the Olympics. A motherfucker that can throw the javelin or fucking iron
Shot put.
ball,
Yeah.
Yeah.
spin around 3 times and throw this motherfucker how many
What's
motherfucking
that shit
yards
called?
a
Shot
year?
put.
Shot put.
I tried it in high
How?
school, couldn't do
That's my thing. But that's my thing though, bro. That's my thing though. How you scout and find that nigga and be like, we need this to
Because
come
they
to the
started
Olympics.
like
Hold on.
high school to college.
But
You scouting them from there.
Bro,
That's where they hid them from. So
I
they by
did
that
schooling
time.
in college. I ain't seeing these niggas out here
It's
doing
track.
this sport.
So they doing it in track and
It's like
then from there
track and field.
So then when they in high school, because we had a lot of people, they'll hold you in from college, get you to do that through college, and then from there they'll pull in the Olympics, they'll scout you, and then they'll have you doing it for the actual. That's why you got what's his, Queen whatever, 16-year-old running track.
Oh yeah,
In the
yeah,
Olympics.
yeah.
I mean, everybody get track meets and shit.
Right,
though. That's cool.
But it's still
But-
part of it.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, it's certain part of the Olympics I don't understand to an extent to where it's like, where you find this motherfucker? right?
They've been training all the time.
You know what I'm saying? In the middle of nowhere. How you finding these niggas, man?
They've been training, bro. Caleb brother is in college right now, literally training, every day, like every single day. Literally.
But this is
for the Olympics.
But I think this is the confusion for me because it's like, okay, you come from a small town, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a certain high school, whether or not if it's hot within district, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you go to a college that's known, correct? You go to a college that's known, you play for them, whatever the fuck you gonna do, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's knowledge, physical, sports, whatever the fuck it's gonna be, right? You go to a college that's well known, get your attention, get drafted, if you don't already get drafted out of high school, correct? Okay. My whole thing is, to me, the Olympics seem more so of not like a drafting process.
No, not
No.
It seems more like a scouting process.
That's how
It is.
So you're finding people that cease to exist to a certain extent to people to where if you bring them to this event, they're everything. You see what I'm saying?
basically.
Who is doing like
It's
to be doing that groundwork? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What is the thought process of that? Like, how you
So
bring
let's
these
say-
people to us to represent U.S.?
Let's
You
just
see
break
what
it
I'm
down.
saying? In a
Let's
certain
just break it
event.
down. Let's just break it down. You have the best in the state.
Okay.
Then you go against the best in your region. Then the best in each region, they meet up. They have
Best in the
time.
nation.
And you get the best in the nation.
And then-
You break it down.
That's how you got the girl from Dallas, Richardson. She's the fastest
She's
one.
one. That's another topic we got to go on.
She's just been bringing up so much attention to yourself at that.
I've been watching.
What's her name?
Shakur? Yeah, Shakur
Shakur.
Richardson.
So basically, so she won gold this year. She got suspended
For smoking weed.
we finding THC.
We gon' blast her though. We
I'm
gon'
saying, bro,
blast
she
her.
came back. She came back.
But
She came back.
Life situation, life's happen, right?
Those
Life
another
happens.
topic.
Life happens, right? She good with, hey, I'm gonna keep it on.
Michael Phelps did the same thing.
Mike Phelps do the same thing. That's what I'm saying. So we can't hold the
No.
fault to that. That's what I'm saying. Life happens, right? Came back, did what she need to do. Self-situated, whatever need to be cleared, got all that cleared. Doing the thing, came back, got the money, medals, all that other shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
My thing is, when you're scouting the talent, I'm gonna keep bringing it back because I don't understand the Olympics. Because my whole thing is, when you're scouting the talent, I get what you're saying. The givens, right? Givens. You went pro. That's a given.
Yeah.
That's a given, right? High school or you done did something phenomenal to where you done went viral to a certain extent. Might send a scout out, check you out, put you up amongst who they feel is a certain, you know what I'm saying? Certain potential, you outshine them given, right?
Right.
But when I'm saying like, when you doing like, the other shit is like, how are you finding those people? That's what I'm confused about. Because I don't feel like in the Olympics everybody is coming out of high school. I don't feel like everybody's coming out of college. I don't feel like everybody's coming out of pro. It's just I feel like to an extent they're good at what the fuck they do. Like you know how some people are like design and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
Feel that way.
that's just it. You just good at it. It's natural, bro. You don't have to train too much. You don't have to do all that other shit. I mean, you're gonna do it because it's your part of nature because that's what you like to do. So of course it becomes practice, repetitive, all that other shit. I get all that, but my whole thing is like to a point to where you just natural with the shit. So I'm like, how the fuck do you find them people? That's what I'm at. To an extent.
These naturals, man, I
I don't know if you can just find
Hey,
this
Jackie.
in that.
But that's what I'm
You
saying.
would have to.
I feel.
Because I mean, there's niggas in Dallas, crackheads that can run this.
I get all that. I can go back home. I'm saying that. I know niggas that can outlive niggas, outrun niggas, do all that, outswim all that. I get all that. But my whole thing is, I guess I said to say it because I feel like 60-40, 60% of it is all natural. That's why I get confused that with the Olympic shit. Because I feel like most of it is like, I was born for this moment or I do this.
It's a guesstimate of what
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Who they
I mean,
can be.
40% of that shit is
You never
like
know, man.
expected. But the 60% is more so like outside the Olympics, I would never know this nigga.
No, who you are.
No,
Simone
no,
Biles. Simone
See
Biles.
what
Nobody
I'm
would know.
saying?
Yeah.
That's the shit I'm talking
No
about.
allowance.
bro.
Shit.
That's the
Shit.
shit
Even
I'm
Michael
talking
Phelps.
about.
Nobody would know.
That's the shit I'm talking
Because
about.
we don't
That
watch
kind of
these
shit.
We're not doing. Yeah, we
Because
not
we don't watch
watching it.
these sports, you know, throughout the year or whenever they have
You know what I'm
it.
saying?
But that's what I'm saying. Who is following up to know enough to know to build the next
It's
to
a
build a
niche.
Michael Phelps?
It's
You
a
see what I'm
niche. It's
saying?
a niche. Just like we're like Americanized to where we gonna watch football. We gonna watch basketball.
We watch
We
baseball.
gonna watch baseball.
Right.
We're not gonna. Too many people not gonna watch soccer, but it's a worldwide sport.
Same with hockey. They have
With
hockey
hockey.
within the Winter
But
Olympics.
then you know what I'm
So
saying? It's,
there's a situation for everybody, and no matter what sport. I mean, other than as you know,
Yeah.
like football, but I mean, from there it does give you a chance to be able to show from where you are nationally, and then push that out on a world basis.
Right, right. Because the best, see, think about it. They trying to figure out a name for our basketball team that this year. You know, we had the Dream Team, we had the Redemption Team, but you know, last Olympics they didn't win.
No.
They didn't win. So that's why everybody came to this Olympics. LeBron, KD, Curry, because they lost last year. I mean, because it's people that really play basketball. So it's more so like, I don't know, bro.
Because that's my that I don't know. Because it's fucking with me because my whole mindset is like this. We'll just speak on US for instance, right?
Right.
Okay. So ain't too much we got. You either gonna go hoop overseas, you gonna get drafted out of high school, or you want professional NBA, right?
Right.
We'll just speak on that in general.
Right. For one, they not drafted out of high school no more.
Yeah, I get that.
Ain't
But
they drafted out of high
I'm
school?
saying,
Nah,
here's our
I think LeBron was the last one.
I thought they just
we
brought
get
that
that.
back.
No. That's cool. That's fine. That's cool. That's fine. That's cool. That's fine.
I only know
That's
like
not the
I
main topic. I'm just saying it's an option, right?
Right.
So you come up with those three topics, right? Now you're talking about the Olympics, right? I'm just speaking out my mindset. Remember I told you demigods, right?
Right.
So we're talking Zeus,
Right.
Hercules, all this other kind of shit, right? Maybe it's the God of War, Kratos. But my whole thing is, if I'm gonna go get somebody to rep US, how does my mind not spin to an extent to where I hit every dark hole, dark alley, as far as the Rutgers, people playing, all this old shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna go
It's
get
picking
the
up.
best
Yeah,
talent.
picking up.
We can't send him. We don't even know. That
That's
nigga
what
might have a
I'm
felony. We
saying.
can't send him over to Paris.
He can't
Nigga can be monitored though. Nigga be monitored.
Shit.
What I'm saying though, are you really trying to
But when they looking
win?
at it like this, they looking at it like this, man, bro. Regardless, we're going to choose from the professionals that's doing this. We're not choosing from the fucking
From the niggas from the west side.
Come on.
He might got a pistol trying to get on the plane, bro.
He's still in the Bronx. And when his mother.
Okay, so now we're talking about you becoming a CEO, you're a felon, even though you know how to do the fucking job.
Right.
But we're talking about the fucking Olympics represent a nation over other nations to show that
Because
we
it's more prestigious.
We
Right.
have people. We have
We got
people,
people.
We have.
to an extent
We can do
to
that.
we can max y'all out.
We
for
can
real,
go
for real.
get people off of Rutgers that we know that can ball better than some people in the NBA.
NBA.
But it's all about the reputation of what they trying to
It's
show.
a
Talking
prestigious
about
event.
professional in-house.
I know,
We're not
but-
talking colleges. We're not talking high schools. We're not talking
I see what you
pro
saying.
basketball.
You saying
We're
because-
talking you. When I
USA,
think,
you
I'm
think
telling you,
USA,
when I think
who is
Olympics, when I think Olympics, you're talking something that's You know what I mean? The best of the best.
In the
It
world.
doesn't matter.
Sometimes the best of the
background.
best might not be in the NBA.
That's what I'm
The
saying.
best of the best might be a nigga that's smoking a black and mild and standing
Man,
on
you heard
16 in Queens. But,
Right.
but it's all about the way that they want to visualize. If you look at China, you know they out here testing your blood pressure, making sure you're slim is, make sure everything looks right. I'm sorry I put the eyes, but you know they making sure everything is straight. They ain't gonna have nobody not representing China in a high.
We get it.
You know what I'm
Okay. But we get it. We get it. I don't know why you did that. We get it.
Get all things.
You know what they making sure everything is straight and the best.
I get what you're saying.
But I know what you saying on that end.
Yeah.
We should have people that might not be in the NBA to be the best.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
You know.
Overall, if it's the best of the best,
Right.
because we're talking like, because to me, the way my mind works is because if you're going pro, if you're going past pro,
Right.
no matter if it's football, basketball, fucking weightlifting, fucking gymnastics, all that other shit. If you're going past pro, Olympics seems like it's damn near like, boy, you
The
damn
highest.
You
would
see
think
what I'm
that.
saying?
You would think that.
You shouldn't even be here
That's
with
what you would
us.
think. That's what you would think.
That's what I'm
what you would
saying.
think, yeah.
So if you're thinking that, I wouldn't give a damn what's going on. I don't give a damn what country it is.
Right.
If it's US, Germany, fucking China, whoever, Australia, whatever the fuck going on, right? Nigga, I'm going to draft the best in my fucking country. I don't give a damn about their background.
So,
I don't care about none of that. We bringing all this shit up to the front because we represent as a whole. Fuck all that individual. Oh, the person that their guy doing the 100 dash, he has a background of da 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 da. But as soon as he get on the fucking track, that nigga outline everybody. Are you serious?
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm on.
It's more about representation, though. At the end of the day, that's what
But
they
that's
want.
what I'm
want the
saying.
cleanest cut. I mean, because at one point,
Sure.
you remember, we couldn't even be in the Olympics. Don't matter. Even we was faster than these white boys,
Right.
or we were stronger than, but we couldn't even compete. Jesse Owens, I think it was. I might be wrong, but he was the one that did it in front of Hitler, and then they did all the Black Power shit from there. So I mean, at that point, it didn't matter about who you were. If you was fast, nigga, you was fast. They putting you out there.
Yeah.
But now we've gotten such to where they'll go and look at your background. They'll see who you are. They'll try to find some blemishes on you to make you seem to where you should be representing your country. Like they taking medals away for bullshit.
Right,
So let alone if we, try to put somebody just because they fast or they strong, they gonna find a way to tarnish from who you are. So I mean, we ain't lucky. We should be the ones that's forefronting because if you look at it, I'm pretty sure us as black people, we didn't want more Olympic medals. Than
Yeah.
Like, let's just
For
be
sure.
real.
Let's just be real.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Though. I ain't even take it there. I ain't even make it
A black or white thing, but that's what it
I'm
really
saying.
He did what he did.
To an extent.
Yeah.
My whole thing is outside of whatever color, race, or whatever that may matter. My whole thing is what is the spectrum far as the pure talent of them.
It ain't about talent. I don't think.
You see what I'm saying? Just that you can do the shit.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It may be a nigga that can swim.
But y'all think too, like how you said, like maybe that's what we do it in America, but in China they
all are the same. It doesn't matter about black and white because there is no black. It's just them. Here with us,
It's diverse.
It's very diverse. We gotta be
diverse.
the best of the best, no matter who you are, what your color is. You gotta be able to be presented in front of a camera.
Right.
Which yes, they put some people. Homeboy, I can't think of his name. He had all gold teeth. He changing the perspective of what it looks like. But if you look at these other countries, there is no race. There is no diversity. They are who they are. They are the same bloodline. They're not from different places.
We have a melting pot.
Right. We all have to be the best of who we are. They just got to be the best. We got to be presentable and be able to be on a camera so that they can put us through the media. Otherwise, they're just like, oh, he's just another motherfucker that we don't want to put on there because he might say something wrong. In basketball, you'll get fined for certain things. But if you're just a regular old dude, if you're a racer, and like you said, with them, they're a team sport. So they have to represent their team. If you out here just a single dolo, swimming, shooting, riding, equestrian, whatever, like you are just who you are.
Right.
And they don't. You don't want to put so.
Let's talk about the shooting. The shooting. Did y'all
Oh yeah, I saw.
Yusuf.
Yusuf.
Oh no, he's definitely right.
Hold on. You gonna hear this?
Oh god. He's still in the, nah, but the 2024 Olympics is gonna be in 2028. It's gonna be in LA.
LA.
Yep. 2028. Yeah, the next Olympics is gonna be in LA.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All
It's
right.
gonna be a good one. I mean, from there.
That should be
I mean, it's gonna be a whole bunch of black folks in that bitch.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Think so?
Hell yeah.
100%. What is that's all in LA. Basically.
What I was gonna bring up.
LA has came a little bit diverse though. So that's where everybody goes to showcase
Pretty
their
much
talent.
though. Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So I think it should be. I think it'll be more so of a little more diverse. I think
Yeah, so LA has the highest homeless population, right?
I'm not surprised when they got what Skid Row is that in LA?
Yeah, that's in LA. That's in LA. That's in LA. Skid Row, yep. But dude, before I moved here, I've never seen just like I've seen like maybe one homeless man like in my neighborhood, but everybody knew him. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? He's got hooked on drugs.
And Jackson.
And yeah, Jackson. It's just one. I swear to God. Like, until I moved here, I didn't see not like people just on the streets under that. Like, no, I never seen.
I did a mission trip called Church Under the Bridge to my church where they went to in Waco, where it was just like probably like 300-400 homeless people just underneath the overpass at the church. So I mean, I kind of learned how to dibble and dabble with the homeless people. And then when I went to Seattle, that's where it was more of people that are just addicted to hard shit. To where they just out.
Yeah,
because I mean, you walk down the street and you'll have street fronts, beautiful places, but they're closed.
Right.
Because I mean, homeless people either vandalize they shit in front of the street. You can shoot up on the streets in front of the police. They won't do shit. So I mean, Oregon, Washington, California, it's a free man state. So I mean, they don't. I mean, compared to what Dallas is, you won't see that shit.
No, because they clean up. They're trying to clean that shit up.
Yeah.
They're trying to clean that shit
You
up.
don't see no homeless. When the last time you seen a homeless man at Addison?
No, you're not gonna send me to Addison. Nah. Well, we
But that's what I'm
used to
saying.
live
It's
in
like
downtown. We used to live fucking. Well, before Kayla moved here, I lived on Forest Lane, so I'm like seeing, right there off 75, the Cali right there. I used to live right there, and then it used to be like I used to say underpass and just all the homeless people right there. The gas station shut down right there.
Tents and all that shit.
Yeah.
But see, that's kind of that's challenging though, because I'm thinking location. Because like even back home in Corsicana, like you don't really see homeless,
Yeah.
but you see people who need to get their shit together.
So let me ask
You
you,
know what I'm saying?
what do you feel about giving to the homeless? Would you give money or would you give food? Or would you give anything?
I give them, man. I give them money. I'm giving money regardless, because regardless of what you do with your money, even if that made you weird, who am I to judge? I'm gonna just do what I can do. If you ask for it, I feel like giving it, I'm gonna give it to you. You know what I'm saying?
But that's tough, because my whole thing is it's like I get the idea. See what I'm saying? I get the mindset of you being homeless.
So are you giving anything at all?
No.
Okay. Because I said if I feel like that.
But here's the thing, because I feel like, far as like I said again, idea, right? I'm not judging, not picking on you personally. I'm just thinking like from my point of view, the whole thing. Let's say, to an extent, I was homeless, right? My whole mentality would be like trying to get to a point to where it's sustainable, to where I'm at least living to a certain degree. You see what I'm
I'm
saying?
trying to get there.
Right. So with the ideal of the homeless, it's kind of like it's becoming more dependent. Not necessarily not like you're not working towards nothing. Nobody's helping you, push you like we rooting for you to get there.
Okay.
It's more so of like I'm not gonna do shit. I'll probably make about $25, which is lowballing, right?
Right.
I'll make $25 today. That at least give me food, some kind of fluids in me, whether it's water, soda, whatever the fuck you want to drink. On top of whatever else I want to take pleasure in doing. You see what I'm saying? So now it's becoming more so of like a codependent thing. So it's kind of one of those things of like almost parenting to a certain degree, right?
Right.
Because at a certain age, we're all freeloaders off our parents
Yes, right.
or guardians, whatever the case may be, until we reach a certain stage and they be like, hey, look here. You know what I'm saying?
You start getting school clothes and shit. Yeah.
See, the reason why, in a sense, I put it out on that end was because I've been, riding the bus before, riding the train. And there's people from actual, up for the job, the Target, the Kroger's right there. And I've seen them on the bus and I'll listen to them. And I'll just hear them, for me, I've given food, I've given money. And then I hear somebody in the back, okay, what sign did you use today? Oh, I used disabled veterans. How much did you scrape off of that? I'll make $600 today.
I'm glad you bring that up. I'm glad you bring that up. So look, peep this. When I was doing, well, as long as I've been doing music, but when I was doing music in the H, right? We had a whole group of shit we were doing all that, neither here or there, right? But then the people that we was dealing with, they was in high, you know what I'm saying? They was in high places to an extent.
Right.
So when you're sitting at this, $500,000 home, sitting in the garage, discussing amongst people, you're getting a feel for this, you're still new to everything, especially life. I'm like 19 at the time. You have people in here, pimps, pastors. See what I'm saying? Any place that you could think. We're talking senators. We're talking judges. We're talking artists, of course. You're talking street niggas, all this and that. You have a group like that that's diverse and motherfuckers. The main topic of the whole discussion is how much you make today. Imagine that. You 19 and you sitting across from somebody that could be politicking, somebody that's supposed to be in the religious aspect, somebody that's pimping to where it's like, shamed upon. And they're a trifecta of having a conversation of how much was made today. You see what I'm saying? That right there is kind of its own, that right there kind of opened my eyes to a different aspect of like everything. Because it's like, not once did I feel like I'd be in a situation so where a pimp and a pastor would be talking about what you got to.
I know my grandmother would be slapping me if I said that, but if I say what I'm going to say, but do you think we should be paying for church?
No, sir.
Actually, I have a video that I was looking at.
No, sir. And the reason
she
being,
asked him to come down with 20. Hold on, let me see if I.
And the reason being, the reason why I say nah is because if we go biblical, the church. Hold on, before you play your video. Before you play your video. All right. So the reason being, I say no. The reason being is because if we go biblical terms, right?
I know what you're about to say.
The church was just a place of worship. There was no pastor. There was no preacher. There was no choir.
So you're gonna pray.
There was no first lady.
It was a form of prayer.
It was a form of prayer. So when you go in there You do what you have to do to get close to the God, kneel down, bow, whatever, say your prayers, whatever the case may be, and you continue on with your day. To me, I feel like church has become entertainment.
Very much so. They got people coming down off of zip lines, dancing in the middle of, like, what are we doing? They coming out of the sky pretending to be. And if you look at it, Jesus, he flipped them tables over for what? Because they were doing our taxes. They were doing it with money. Jesus didn't want to. And if you look at the Bible, it had nothing to do with money. We're in there. If you go back into a biblical scripture, they're talking about him collecting.
That's what I'm saying.
Gay.
And that's what I'm saying. And then that's my whole thing. I get it. I'll never judge because I know people close to me, tired. Understand it to a certain degree, right? Belief, right? So I'm a big believer in whatever you believe in.
Right.
I fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you feel, whether it's karma, whatever the fuck. Whatever you believe in, that's how the world works. I'm understandable enough to know, like, okay, accept it. But for me, tithing just doesn't make sense.
I mean,
Because me personally, I feel like, far as religious aspect, it doesn't matter, Baptist, Christian, it doesn't matter what you are, Methodist, whatever, Muslim, Jewish, it doesn't matter, none of that. You worship Buddha, none of that shit matters. My whole thing is, I will feel like the ideal would be you getting closer to whatever being that you feel is in power to a certain extent. Tithing to me feels like if money comes from of the world, how are you tying that into a biblical time frame to where that was never a placing of? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's kind of like you're telling me to tithe 10% of what I make to an extent of was, if that was the case, I feel like that would be introduced to us right out hand. You know what I'm saying?
As soon as everything,
because I feel like a lot of people take the Bible out of context to an extent to where it's like what's fitting for. Yeah, I'm saying.
So then you say, go ahead. So then you say money's the root of all evil.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Money's the root of all evil. So is there evil in the church?
And from there, what I learned is when I did Church Under the Bridge, it had nothing to do with money. It had nothing to do with asking people for anything. And even when I went back to the homeless shelter and I talked to the people about it, it's like we feel more comfortable coming to a church here because they're not asking us for nothing. They're giving us food. They're giving us something to drink. They're giving us a place to be, covered, or where we can all just come and just worship about things. So I feel, because even when I went to college for the short term, and what I did, I took world religions. So that just made me learn about other people to where it had nothing to do with money. It had nothing to do with monetary value. It was all just about finding something that no matter who you are, what you believe in, everybody's just under one roof trying to get one message. It's not about trying to figure out what can help somebody else's pockets, because that's why I stopped going to my Baptist church, because bro was coming in with diamond cross chains, Rolex, pulling up in a excursion with a satellite on it, TVs, all this stuff. Like, how are you gonna tell me that I need to follow something to then give you money, and then you tell me that I'm in the wrong because of how I'm doing?
But Sister Lucille,
right? She been giving since
been needing the water. She been giving since '84. Been needing the water heater for the last 30 months.
And what she doing?
Church
Praying on it.
Praying. You tell her to pray on it.
And give money. How is that possible?
Whole time she could have been on bar water heater if she wasn't doing that.
If she wasn't doing it,
But see, that's what I'm saying.
But they put it in belief. It's all about what you believe in.
I understand.
And they make it so harsh on you to where if I don't do it, I'm not doing right. It's not about you. It ain't gotta be.
But it's the same thing though. It's kind of like, it's one of those things too, because it's like, I mean, religion has become so diverse to me. It feels like you join an organization to an extent.
You are.
I thought, as an overall, it would be an ideal of no matter who the fucking messenger are, right? Whether you say Allah, whether you say Jesus, right?
Right.
Messiah, doesn't matter. I thought the whole overall message was, as a race of humans, we work together, we take care of each other, we appreciate each other, and help each other prosper. So that was my whole thing of the whole ideal of, no matter what religion that I felt that should have been discovered to my extent, right? Whatever was introduced, I dug into it to an ideal of like, it's all the same fucking message at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Do right by thy neighbor. It's all the same fucking message.
It's all the same.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But people are so focused on the fucking messenger, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's Allah, whether it's Jesus, it's just kind of one of those things of like, well, no, this is what we should do, this is what they're saying we should. At the end of the day, the overall message, I feel like, just kind of falls out of context of the ideal of like what we really should be pursuing
lost in
moving
translation.
forward. That's what I'm saying.
100%.
Right.
So I mean, sometimes it doesn't connect, but at the end of the day, we all just trying to get to what we believe in. Because that's what the thing is. If you take away the belief and all of stuff, people get scared. They don't know who to go to.
Right.
Because I mean, from there, whether they're reading a book, whether they're talking to somebody in a confessional booth, they just want to believe in something so that they're not feeling like they're lost. Because nobody knows where you go, who you go to, anything like that.
Right.
We all just going off of what
we know. In a massive galaxy, we're just a rock, and we're just like people on a rock.
That's it.
And it's just held down trying to figure.
Don't matter to a degree.
No,
it doesn't at all. Like anything
shit can be flipped, like, but I mean, it is. I don't know. I feel like it's pride and ego to a certain extent.
It is,
of course.
When you come to the human race, because I mean, that's I feel like it's an overall driven. You know what I'm saying? A self.
right.
It's your self ambition, it's your self pride, it's your self ego, it's your self confidence. Everything is self, right? Self esteem. It doesn't matter what it is. So everything is self driven. So I think that's what drives the human race to be at a point of where we're at now. Which you have grace, development, shit. You know what I'm saying? That we can use within modern society. I get all that, but at the same time, I feel like that's kind of really what's causing or canceling out the actual essence, back to what I was saying earlier, of just self-individual of what we would say soul. You know what I'm saying? That you really intertwine of. So once you start self-counseling out, soul starts, degrading to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? That's when people start talking more so where the possession, and that's where everybody feel a bit influencer. Because even if we talk money, right? Motherfucker, regardless of what you say, we need money to an extent.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
That's just a way of life. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Whether you try to call it a worth piece of paper, you try to break it down to a scientific fact or whatever.
Still gonna need it.
You still need it, bro.
Yeah.
But in the same sense, on the back end, it's supposed to be this evil entity that fucking is just, you know what I'm saying? Just distinguish you as an individual because you may have a lot, or now you're becoming something because of it. You know what I'm saying? To an extent. So that's kind of like my whole grasp. I guess more so my whole ideal of far as money. So is it more so of it? Is it the root of all evil, or is it more so an ideal of whoever possesses it and what they carry out, the tasks they carry out and tend to do with it over time?
It's not about what you have, it's about what you do with it.
That's what I'm saying. Because
I'm glad you brought that up, because me and my girl was having a conversation the other day, and she was like, what if we just took away, in a sense, of the value of $1? And she was like, if we just all, just help each other out, growing each other food, taking care of the animals. But I told her this, if you look at it the way of since if we took away money, somebody would want to have something for their services. Even if it comes down to printing money. She was like, well, what if we just forget about print money? We won't have to, but who's going to chop down the trees? Who's going to process the money? Who's going to be at the bank to be able to serve the money?
Right.
You can't take away from
Money.
our human desires of just wanting to be worth from what
And somebody get
Right.
greedy too. Somebody
Well,
get greedy. They want everything so they can get more out of something.
But that's what I'm saying though. My whole concept is not the idea, because regardless if it's a dollar bill, gold, silver, coins, whatever the fuck it may be, right?
Right.
We still have a currency flow, right? They used to do gold bars before they was doing fucking money.
Right.
So it's not.
They used to have the barter system.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not necessarily that it's the dollar bill. My whole thing is the controversy around money being the root of all evil, or like strictly, is it the root of all evil even though we need it in our everyday life, or is it more so which hands that it lands up in and the task that they're giving it?
Yeah. of
You see
course.
what I'm saying?
That's how you use your
Use it.
value.
Yeah,
It's
that's what I would do.
It's the
Yeah,
same
it's-
thing which
yeah.
goes into my topic today. A man of power. It's how you use your power, or it's about how you use the money that gets you to that power. Because the richest of the rich, sometimes it's not about where you started. It could be a man of value from where he was beginning of just birth. So you can use that power of what you have, or you're using against it. Because a lot of people just use the power that they have just to flaunt it and show this is where I am. Or you're using it to actually make a value of yourself. Because I mean, you're saying, yes, if we just stop the value of the dollar completely,
This
just currency itself. From one, we would go into probably a panic. But think of the people who have the money. What would they do? Because you ain't taking none of this shit with you. So what are you doing if you get into the point where the value of a dollar goes to nothing? What is your value at that point? What is your worth? Are you worth to the people of who you are around, or are you worth to the people of what you're getting back to?
Damn. Yeah, that's deep. Yeah, because like I say, if you was a billionaire today and currency just disappeared from the face of the earth by tomorrow, who would you be? Like, what would be your word? Because my whole thing would be like, without money, I mean, there'd be no trade, no skill.
Right.
It was flatline.
So what actual value? I mean, I understand knowledge to a certain extent. You can build and lead people to a certain degree, I guess. I mean, I guess that would be the talent.
But like just saying it's happening now, we have people that's skilled in these trades. So does their value go up because they just know how to build a house or like fix some plumbing, or does their value go? So but what and still you don't have a plumber in each and every neighborhood.
No.
So they would still need to get paid for their work.
In a way, you
Like
would still
how?
have somebody on a hierarchy
Yes.
that would have to be.
It's
That's
still
what I'm
gonna be
saying.
there, yeah.
There's no way in this lifetime that if we were to go to nothing being, we could go back to the Stone Age or whatever.
Okay, so let's speak on your topic. So you say men of power.
Way more power.
What I feel like what should be taken into depth is more so when you say power, though,
I'll say in a sense of this way,
to what degree?
because the way that I put it,
Right.
Is it more so of society?
so this is what I wanted to touch on,
Okay.
and is from the beginning of my topic where I want to hit is when you are a man of power and you have a family, you have a relationship, you have things that need to be attentive to. Can that person that you're with or yourself, can you either give them one or two things? A lot of time and a little bit of money, or a lot of money and a little bit of time. Which one do you feel in that point of being a man of power, whether it be where you were at before, where you are now, how you are at? Which one do you feel is more important?
But I think in our nature, just as men, though, like we rather have that money without, with time. It comes with everything comes with sacrifice. But as long as we can handle our candle, then we feel okay. Like we know we're doing what we can't do. But with all the time in the world with no money, it's with no
To what game?
To what game? I mean, there's no power there. There's no power at all.
Okay, I hear both of you guys' viewpoint. My whole thing would be okay, that was good. So far as time or currency, either or. That's
Because
the
without
question.
currency, you ain't got no time.
That's
Right.
the question there.
Time is important as well, though.
Right. But your
Time is
whole
very
thing
important.
was more so of an idea of value, to an extent of even though you valuable as fuck, you have no revenue.
That's the
So to what game?
It's because a
So
lot of women
it's-
nowadays, they want somebody that can stay with them at the house and cook dinner, sweep the floors, do the
that,
laundry
yeah.
together. But if the nigga ain't got no job and he ain't bringing in the currency and bringing in to be able to help that household,
Right.
where can he sit at?
Yeah.
Is he really the head of that
Is it a
house?
house?
Because at that point, your man, he can't bring any food in.
Is it a house?
Like he's doing everything around the house, but
Where's
ain't no
y'all
food to
stand
bring.
for real?
Right.
Yeah.
Where is
Yeah,
it that
lights
he really,
off.
if it is? Yeah, if he and it's only if he can't do that sense, but then you want him to always be at home and always to be underneath you. How can he ever be able to be an actual man and put
So-
that currency out there?
So
Yeah.
you saying that does that create the idea in the sense of becomes the new social media fad of role reversal? To what extent? If she the independent and you all this and that and all the time that she want to spend, she'll make the money and all this and that, right?
Like,
To an extent, until it get to a point to where she's in her career to where now she doesn't have time and it's
To-
money and you present it to a man's perspective.
Right.
So is it role reversal at that point? Here it is, it's like, okay, I want him underneath me, I want to spend time now, let it money the issue. Money ain't an issue because I'll make it. You don't worry about that. Just create the ideal of time for me. He creates the ideal of time for you, right?
right, so
You generate
I
the
can
currency.
imagine. I can imagine the woman just saying, "Hey, you just chill."
But nowadays, that's not right.
But that's what I'm saying. That's
You can
that's
go
what,
I don't know.
that's online. That's what
but
they
that's
do.
what I'm saying.
I
My
can't-
whole thing is the idea of
Yeah.
if that's what you're asking, right? It's only until you placed in a position like a man to where it's like your job comes to you as the aspect of like it's no longer currency. We need more of your time. If you come, you're only building value either or. That's how it works.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? See, outside of men, there's no balance. So it's either or. For you're talking a household, you're talking a career. See what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
We know how to balance. What's work is work. What's home is
home.
there. We go. So now you're talking about a women aspect. Role reversal. Is it more so of home value built, or is it more so of a workplace career value built?
Right.
You know what I'm
And it's
saying?
different for y'all
Because it becomes logical for
because
us.
both of y'all work with y'all spouses.
Right.
Right.
So it's different from some men to see to where they have to be that push, hold, or be that back end because a woman would either be at the front or they're at the front.
Right.
So then from y'all two's perspective, y'all seeing it from a different end because both of y'all can balance one of the two. So it's not even just y'all getting the time as well as getting in a sense of the actual the money from the career.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was to advise it, I feel like new times, new eras. Realistically, that would be the ideal.
Right.
It has to be a conflict of where it's like, if it's a setting, y'all a couple, intertwined, whatever the case may be. Every piece of life has to be introduced pretty much simultaneously.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
You're experiencing the same things.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter if it's career or not. I feel like, that's what I would say from my aspect of just kind of like self-experience and just kind of, I don't know, seeing it from others' perspective that I may know that could decipher from like, if y'all was kind of on the same leg, just seem more the, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because so for more so of a man aspect, I would say it's more so focus, in tune type shit, whatever the case may be, right? You can focus, you can clear your mindset, you can go in for all goals and aspirations, because if she's sitting right here across from you,
Right.
there's no need to bother to a certain extent, right?
Right.
But vice versa, from a woman's aspect, the curiosity in the mind, insecurities, or whatever the case may be, if you're sitting already from him, that kind of kills that clarity to where now you can focus to a certain extent. See what I'm saying? So it has its pros and cons to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it might still be a conflict of interest because y'all around each other for a certain amount of time.
Because you're taking from work to home.
Right. So everything is introduced all at once.
Right.
Yeah.
Alright, because y'all always together. So everything is bonded, everything is intertwined. So I get that. But the pro is that it overpowers, I feel, the cons to a degree of what that may deteriorate a relationship.
Because it's adding that value of time.
Right. Because it's one of those things. Right?
Yeah.
So say for instance, right? Let's talk long distance relationship. Let's say if it was someone in Texas, they was dating someone in New York.
Right.
That creates its whole ideal in the mindset of what could be going on. So here you are sitting in Texas trying to fathom and keep everything that you value and hold and move forward and grow yourself because you're attached someone to you, right?
Right.
And trying to bring them in close, yet they're miles away. Vice versa. In New York, same difference, no matter if it's man or female. You know what I'm saying? Opposites attract. So y'all trying to come together, but so far apart, yet it's all that space in the middle that's being, you know what I'm saying? That's creating confusion, chaos, toxic situations, insecurity, you know what I'm saying? Doubt, you know what I'm saying? All that shit. So loneliness, all that shit. So it's creating all that. But I'm saying, like, say for instance, who was it? Few of the greats, from your Martin Luther Kings, all that old shit. But most of the power couples that you know and you see, when they started a journey of success, it was an ideal of day for day, 24/7. Not the ideal of the concept of he goes, makes the money, and then he comes back to the family and all that. It was just kind of more so of like an intertwine of whichever direction we going, we moving as a unit. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Versus the ideal of the modern stay-at-home wife. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that was
Right.
back in the time of like the 50s and 60s.
Right, but it's not necessarily on the ideal of the currency. It's just the fact of the movement. You see what I'm saying?
Same side of what it was for them.
Exactly. So if the man has a plan to do this and that, to a degree or to some extent, the woman is involved to where it's frequent enough to where it's, the appearance is there. You know what I'm saying? Nigga know who Coretta Scott King is. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I mean, you can mention Martin Luther, but you ain't gonna not see her.
Well, flip the
You see what I'm saying?
reverses. What if the woman made more money than the man? How would you feel being in that situation?
Or like the same,
We heard.
another example, just going off of your topic. Rosa Parks had a husband with a car.
Whole time.
The whole
What's his
time.
name?
Whole time. But that's what I'm saying though.
Yeah, so
Flip
It's
the
the
road.
idea
Flip the
of what
road.
you're saying.
Yeah.
Flip the road.
How would you feel? Would you be able to stomach of being a man at home and your woman's making all the currency?
It's not necessarily stomaching the shit because realistically, I know niggas that do. If we're being realistic,
We do.
But
when I moved,
the whole thing.
when I
is-
moved here,
Mhm.
when I moved here, I was living with my auntie and my uncle. They've been together since like high school or whatever. My auntie, she's been in her career for so long. My uncle just worked like warehouse jobs. She makes the most money in the house. She holds the house together. She holds all the business stuff, everything that they do. They do pretty well for themselves. House home built like real
Could you
good.
do it?
Three kids. But when he came in that house, like he still had that power in the house. Like
But see,
she just the rose was still there. It's just the money was.
that's what
it
I'm gonna
was-
touch on.
You know.
It's the money.
Is that part. Understanding, knowing your role, vice versa, the currency. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's never been the currency aspect. The whole ideal is it's the influence of social media.
Right.
So how much are you influenced by social media to discourage you as a man? How much are you influenced by social media as a woman to where you feel like you're empowered to where you feel that he's below you?
Right.
That's the part. That's what kind of separates all that. You know what I'm saying? It's one enough to watch it and know that it's
Rather than just looking
entertainment.
around. You can look
But,
around.
right.
See,
To know that it's entertainment, enjoy whatever
Yeah.
the case may be, see it for whatever it is. But now if it becomes influential in your life, now that's a different topic because it's one of those things of like, if you watching social media, you don't work. Your wife make all the money, but you do everything that you can do manly around the house. Cleaning the gutters, mowing, whatever the fuck you can think, anything she need fixed, whether you changing oil, it doesn't matter what it could be, right? But you jump on social media, you hear a boss nigga talking like, "Ah, man, what you doing with your life? Get yourself together, man. You ain't shit. What you doing?" You know what I'm saying? All this
It's like
other
the
shit.
Everest commercial.
You see what I'm
What are you doing? Get up.
That's what I'm saying.
Come on,
So if you taking all this shit in within on a daily dosage, you know what I'm saying? Your mind get to wandering to an extent like, damn, you know what I'm saying? And then you know how social media do. They gonna start playing on your algorithm. So
Yeah, on the
now
algorithm.
That's
You-
all
It's
you be
crazy.
saying.
It's
you
everything,
see enough of that, then it's like, she working late hours.
What you doing?
What she doing?
Insecurities coming.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it all
Yeah.
starts becoming a play into
And
that.
then how the algorithm works is it just works off your behavior.
Exactly.
If you watching a video
Long
longer than
enough.
you watching the other one, you just
It's
skip
gonna
it,
continue
it's gonna
to play.
continue to play those
Oh,
videos
okay,
like
this
that.
what he into right
That's
now.
what he watching. That's how.
We'll branch off and bring him this to put that with that. And
Right,
make
and
it
they
small.
been had all that information since we done had MySpace, Bebo,
Everything in the phone.
the sun,
We gotta allow, agree to the terms. Think about
We
how
don't
many
read that
social-
shit.
We don't read it. We just hit agree.
None of that.
Agree to conditions
Yeah.
and shit. Nigga, they can watch your phone all day from what you like, what kind of pictures you take. You don't think that fucking AI system backtrack your background, your location,
Find out
where
what
you
you
was
really
at,
like.
Right.
what you really like. You don't think as we talking now, what we're talking about,
Nah,
so
don't-
that bitch ain't
Sure.
listening? Come on, man. So it's always.
Don't let us upload. It's over.
That's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
shit, that's a whole different ball game. So
Oh God, but you gotta play the game to win.
That's why it's
so bottom line, I feel like more of the story is when it comes to man of power, I feel like it'll be all based off influence.
That's what
Because
It is.
even if you tie into the fact of women of power, it could all become influence. It doesn't matter if it's a auntie, a mama, her best friends, shit that she's seeing on social media. If she not in tune enough in the mindset, you know what I'm saying? She'll start downplaying her man. Vice versa.
Yep.
Whether or not if a man is in power, you know what I'm saying? Or if he's not in power,
Right.
he can start taking the shit to a mind state of, discouragement. Right? But if he uplifting and he got shit going, it could be the same shit of the influence. Look at the rap situation in the industry, right? Every ideal of the rap industry paints that MOB all day long, right? But half of them got real families, got real
Real life,
wives.
yeah.
If we're being realistic.
100%.
Right. You can have 1,000 bitches in the video. You ain't gonna tell one of them bitches you gonna go home, hug your daughter, and lay with your wife, right? 2 Chainz, proven point. Snoop Dogg been doing it for years.
IQ.
See what I'm saying? If we really being realistic, but the ideal of that is that that's what it is. So when you look at it as a population, as an overall, and you're not in depth, yet again, takes it back to the root of my question, the essence, bro. If you're not really searching for the essence, what are you really doing? Because if all you're looking for the highlight reels and shit, that's what it is. Niggas putting switches on everything, we clapping everybody. Then 20 years later, you sitting somewhere in the cell for real, not understanding the ideal of like, damn.
It's all just a plot, just to be out there to put a certain perspective about yourself.
So I think people check for too many highlights. That's my whole idea. I guess that's what I'm trying to say overall. I guess more so of the social media phenomenon. It's kind of like 15 seconds can cost you
15 years.
A lifetime of trouble. A lifetime of trouble. You see what I'm saying? Give or take. Even if a nigga just saying, even if a rapper came out today, you know what I'm saying, you need to impregnate every woman that you know. That's 15 seconds that could cause you a whole lifetime of trouble. You know what I'm saying? Now you got 3 or 4, 10 baby mamas, you don't know why. You see what I'm saying? The shit could be influenced either way. It's not necessarily the killing. It's just the whole idea of a highlight that doesn't last 30 seconds that creates a lifetime decision. That's where I'm confused. So I feel like that's what ties into everything. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's music, whether it's sports, whether it's careers.
So, you know,
I think it's the influence of the highlights, really. You know what I'm saying? That everybody tune with.
Right. Getting yourself out in the limelight to where you can have a voice, but at what cost?
To what cost?
It's just what cost you.
Right. And I don't think it's more so of the actual makers. I think it's more so of the consumers.
Because they want more.
It's the consumers.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's the consumers for
You see
sure.
what I'm saying? Because like we could sit here, we could talk about one topic, beat it into their mind frame or whatever it could be, right? Doesn't matter what the fuck it is. Don't matter. Eat ramen noodles for 25 years. We could beat that shit in their head for X amount of days, X amount of years, whatever okay may be, right? It's the consumer. How influenced are you? You know what I'm saying? Can you just see my story for what it is? Have an understanding, show an affection, show appreciation, show some kind of feeling to an ideal of like, damn, that's bro, I fuck with it. That ain't me though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or is it more so of an idea of an influence like, if that's what we on, that's what we doing, I'm finna dedicate my whole life to that. And that could just be a segment for me. Because it could be a 30-second highlight that I could put on video. But that's 30 seconds.
So
you get 24 hours in a day. That other time in the world, I'm not on that. I could give 2, you know what I'm saying?
That's the thing, like I know a lot of young niggas, bro, just out, they still
But
outside,
it's not
right?
necessarily young no more.
And that's the craziest thing, but
It's the word.
But it's more so like people don't have nobody that they can actually look up to, or if they don't want to look up to nobody because it's more so I'm better. I'm be better. Really knowing that hey, you need people in your life that's gonna actually mentor you, help you actually get to the place that you want to be. Everybody, so I got this type, but that one mindset, nobody's gonna tell me what to do. Nobody's gonna tell me how to get there. I know better. You know what I'm saying? So with that's just making them easily more influenced when they seeing something and they constantly seeing it on social media.
Right.
It's gonna make them easily influenced.
But see, this is
or they hearing it in rap music.
But
Type,
this that's what I'm saying. That's the point that I'm addressing. My whole thing is, why is entertainment as an overall for the world such an educator when we have an education system? That's the confusing part for me. Because think about it. I shouldn't have to go to entertainment for education. See what I'm saying?
Right.
It shouldn't have that much influence on my life. If it's entertainment, it's laughs, it's enjoyment, it's happy, it's sad, it made me feel a certain way, it made me move a certain way, whatever the case may be, it's entertainment. That's an art, right? It's no difference from listening to a rap song, liking lyrics, like the beat, like the artist, to you going to a fucking photo gallery, looking at a picture, love the way that he painted that picture.
So that's crazy because
it's the same difference.
At what point did time change? When we had kings and queens, they had the Joker for entertainment.
See what I'm saying?
They had you know the
But the Joker wasn't influencing the king. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
At what point did
the king didn't start
change?
following the Joker? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's the shit I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. What I'm saying.
I'm saying like the king at this point is more of the actual owner of the entertainment world. We got the jokers at this point. They're the ones that's entertaining them, so they're not influenced by what we're doing.
No, hell
They're
no.
pushing us to be the more of the influence so that they can get the money off of us.
Right.
We're just the people that's just bringing, you know, like they call, what they call R. Kelly, the Peter Piper or whatever.
Yeah.
Bringing all the little kids, that's what they're doing. It's just in a different sense. It's to bring them to the point to where they opening up their pockets. We ain't gaining too much off of that. Yeah, we seeing what $300,000 signing bonus, or they'll give you, you know, a chain or something. What the fuck is that? You gonna end up pawning that chain in 6 months?
Right.
Because that song that you got flopped. So we're the jokers.
We see a lot of athletes just go broke as soon as they leave the league.
We the jokers.
Pawnning their rings.
They putting their lives on the line and their bodies and being broken. And then by the time they 65, they can barely speak English.
But this is what I'm saying though. This is what I still can't comprehend and maintain within my mindset. When did entertainment becomes the educational system? Nowhere in other cultures entertainment run their life. You sing, you rap, you do sports. That's cool. We do that in our downtime. When did that become our educational system?
And it all goes back to the sense of I said it was about the Olympics. If you go back to see China, Japan, Australia, their people entertain their people. Us as a people here in America, we have people to make us entertain. So the educational system comes from, they already know what they want to know. So we're going to manipulate their minds to let them know what we want them to know. Switches, guns, money, clothes, Amiris. We ain't even talking about shit of what they wear here in America, of what's made here. We talking about stuff to influence them to go buy Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Balmain, all this other shit that ain't even made here. We paying back the money to make them motherfuckers.
Right.
I get all that, but that's what I'm saying though. Look at the influence.
It all goes back to influence.
Entertainment, as far as rap and hip hop, that shit been created. White rappers, Asian rappers, Mexican rappers, any other fucking race you can think of, to where it ain't tied into their culture.
Right.
And entertainment being that big to where it has become informational, to where it's become educational, to where a person from a different background, a different culture can look at that shit and be like, I'm gonna make a profession out of that. How can that be that powerful towards an influence? I understand the gesture of when old schools say, you know what I'm saying, it's a feeling, it's something that we come from, you give us expression, they give us a voice, all that old shit. I get all that. But I'm saying to what degree though? To an extent.
So it comes,
because it's like, my whole thing is not, I'll speak on self for in general. I didn't see people in professions to where they was teachers. Same color. Look just like teachers. Fucking dentists. any other profession, right?
Right.
But it was the ideal of the entertainment, you know what I'm saying? That made it seem more informational and more educational for me. No matter if you was rapping on the beat, if you was fucking painting a picture, if you was fucking taking pictures, or if you was fucking shooting a video.
Right.
That seems more, you know what I'm saying? That seems more educational, and that seems more the way to go versus, you know what I'm saying? Taking, I guess, to an extent of an actual degree, maybe? Is that what I'm trying to say?
So basically, why would you listen to a rapper before you listen to like your professor or your teacher?
See what I'm saying?
And not, because they're actually giving you facts rather than a rapper kind of giving you a persona in a sense. But a lot of people like, so y'all older than me. At what point would people like, hey, I want to be on TV? Hey, I want to just. It's been like that.
Like
So
this is 106 and Park, BET.
So it's like,
I think it was more so of like,
that's at that point. That's when that answers your question. That's when entertainment began to.
We've been
I speak for self.
entertainment.
Go ahead.
I'm saying we've been using entertainment as part of how we even just get a voice out, or not even that, or to learn from other people, because it's all been influenced. I mean, go back to MTV Cribs. Niggas wanted to have that.
This is what you want. This is what you want.
But see,
The whole time they bring the house.
This is what I'm saying. I'm glad he said that, because I was just going to touch on that MTV Cribs shit, watching 106 and Park and all that old shit. I got a little age on me. So this is what I'm going to say is, I think what broke the barrier, because growing up watching that shit, you sitting at home at your granny house, Michael Jackson come on, and you watch Thriller.
Get this.
Hold on. You watch Thriller on fucking TV. That shit is crazy. This nigga's a superstar. Soon as social media came, and you could do the same shit an entertainer could do from where you was at, that switch clicked. That's what created everything.
And it's been pretty rich.
That's why everybody has a voice. That's why everybody feel they has a voice, has an opinion, and feel like they can influence. See what I'm saying? Because now you're able to do what a celebrity can do. You know what I'm saying? If you wasn't a fucking star, you couldn't be seen by millions of people. You know what I'm saying? It was TV for real. It wasn't no program shit. It wasn't no fucking app you downloaded. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't at the touch of a button by a fucking phone. Right. You had to fucking go home when you get out of school. 106 and Park, come on, nigga, at 5 p.m., 6 p.m.
Right.
Nigga, I'm making time for that. I'm gonna watch this top 10 and see who got 10 today. You know what I'm saying? It was that kind of shit that gave that inspiration of like, nigga, I could never be a such and such. You see what I'm saying? You respected a more, that's entertainment, real world. I can get on my bike. I don't have to call around. We're gonna pull up at Lil Johnny yard. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Throw the bike in the yard and we all gonna meet up over there. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of shit. We ain't need phone time. Pull up in a minute. I done gave my time to entertainment. You see what I'm saying? I didn't get that. So now I'm in the real world. We're going to the park to play basketball. For real, for real. You know what I mean? Yeah. Not I'm finna jump online and play 2K. Not bashing it, but I'm just saying it's a difference, bro. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I mean, as we get older, that shit stick with us. So I respect that. My whole thing is, when you coming fresh out the motherfucking womb, you 10, no older than fucking 17, why are you not at a live park? Why are you online? Why are you not at a live?
So that's what they call the
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
why are you not at a live park physically? Because if I was still, I had the energy I had at 17, physically at a park playing basketball. Then we went to the Y every day.
Well, it was so bad. I was so bad. My mama had a curse. I couldn't even go outside until it hit like 11 or 12. Because I wake up and go straight outside.
That's what I'm saying.
Shit, like,
but you don't see that.
Yeah.
If I just drove down my neighborhood today, no kids outside.
I mean, people don't even go to the library. When the last time you went to the library?
Exactly.
Yes.
When the last time you went to the library?
That's a fact.
Last time
I mean, but I ain't go when I was young.
No, I'm saying.
But I'm saying-
I mean, ideally, if you look at it with kids nowadays, I went. I used to go there and use a computer.
Right.
I used to go there just, you know,
Right, yeah,
just to go.
I did that.
But man, you go get CDs from the library. You can rent some CDs or DVD.
Now, school
and then bring that
research,
shit
I did
back.
that for sure.
But I mean, as I'm saying, it's the same situation with it. It's the in crowd. It's the influence. If you ain't got one kid that you know that's going, why would you go? He on 2K. He on live. He over here. We over here about to get on Fortnite. Why would I go if he's not going?
But listen to what you're saying, though. You're talking about a whole influence for somebody that you'll never meet personally in life.
Ever.
Our influence was the neighborhood.
There's no
See what I'm saying? Whatever was going on in the neighborhood, what the kid was doing, that's what you was doing. Niggas outside, you outside, bro.
Right.
We playing hide and seek. We playing hide and seek.
You gotta go car, give me one.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, shit like, yeah.
That's what we was on.
Yeah.
I think more so that's why I'm saying it too, bro, is because the overall, like I said, just diverse back to the essence and the influence. Online, bro. If you have X amount of whatever the fuck is desired by people, right? Because I ain't checking for it. If I like a video or whatever the case may be, I'm fucking with it because I fuck with it. Not because you have X amount of followers, not because you have X amount of views, not because you have X amount of likes. I don't give a fuck about that shit, right? But my whole thing is the majority is living off that daily. You know what I'm saying? What he doing? You know what I'm saying? Who like him?
Yeah. Who don't?
How much they like him?
Yeah.
Or they comment? Who are watching him?
Right.
And people are rocking with that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that, I think that kind of not scare me, but it kind of causes, I don't know, curiosity to a degree, because it's kind of like, what if the wrong motherfucker create the right light for the right time?
And influence the wrong people.
It's all about timing.
You see what I'm saying? A nigga that wanna go on a nigga that go viral enough and influential enough to make motherfuckers start hurting themselves. You see what I'm saying? That kind of gets like that far.
Scary, yeah,
like
scary.
you can't be in that in tune. So that's the confusion of me of like, when did the entertainment be start coming educational for us? See what I'm saying?
Right.
That just leads back into that.
Right. I mean, social media. When you can walk around with the internet in your pocket.
Right.
I mean, it's been like that.
But I'm saying though, we yell social media and it's a young trash, young trend. But I know people from younger than me to my age to older than me
Older. Yeah.
That's
treat
what
that
we're
shit
going,
like it's
That's what I care
life.
about.
You know what I'm saying? Treat it like it's life, nigga. That's the confusion for me.
So I mean, it goes still back to the internet. They on Facebook. They seeing it. They like, yeah, they're just now probably being new. Like they ain't been on the internet as long as their kids have, but now they on the internet. They get an algorithm. They don't understand. They're a little kid to this. So they're even more easily influenced.
What about the older?
The older, so you gotta think about it like this, like shit. When an old person calls in, don't know what's going on. We like, oh yeah, it's a deal. It's a deal.
Hey man, hey, that's another time. Go ahead, carry on. That's another time. We'll carry on. Real talk, but that's another thing.
In the same sense, it's like they're even more susceptible to being influenced at an older age by.
Okay, so we got the younger, we got the older. What about that in crowd? That is us.
That's been
at this time. That ranges from that ranges from that 21 to 40 crowd. Really.
40, yeah. I mean,
So what about that majority? What
so
about
at that point, you just either woke or you sleep. But I think majority we know this. Like all of us, everybody they know that, but that doesn't make it like we're not going to be influenced at some point by something. You know what I'm saying? So we pick and choose on what we are influenced by at that point. even if we woke, you know what I'm saying? It's just we on Netflix too. We on TikTok. We on Facebook. We on Instagram.
True enough.
We watching YouTube.
Right.
Like so. This we still put our times into that.
Mm-hmm.
We not outside.
Mm-hmm.
We not chilling outside by the barbecue grill, and you know we not doing that no more. Each and every day. We used to do this every day.
Mm-hmm.
I go home right now. My auntie, mom, and my uncle, they outside every single day
Mm-hmm.
in the backyard. But they still on their phones too. They still on their phones. You know what I'm saying?
So it of course, yet again, like the root of all evil, right? We talk money. It's a part of life, right?
Right.
Same thing with the phone shit, right? Not down me for that. Overall question: entertainment becoming education. That's where I'm confused.
Yeah.
How did that become our teacher?
I mean, it's been
That
going
part.
for a while since when YouTube first opened to MySpace, then went to Facebook. It was all about keeping up with what's recent because even with Twitter, it's about what you're doing. It's about where you at.
Yeah.
Like they say, if you don't have a picture, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So our education comes from seeing what other people do because we wouldn't have some of these recipes that we know. We wouldn't be going to some of these places in the world because we didn't have other people's experience to educate us.
Yeah.
Because if it ain't on video, it ain't on picture, did it happen? That's how it's looked up at.
Right.
Because from that end, we just saying, oh, we don't even know. And then we have to experience it ourselves, and then we don't want to go do it because it's out of our comfort zone. We using other people's experiences to educate us to if we gonna do it, how we gonna do it, and then between the mix. So from social media, without that, ideally the way that people looking at it, we wouldn't even know how to do it.
Right. I mean,
Even fixing a car, what do people go to on YouTube when they need to fix their car? They don't know what the fuck they doing. They
right,
don't
but that's not necessarily entertainment.
It's education.
That's education. That's informative.
That's using the form of entertainment for our education. Because we're using YouTube to entertain us for everything else, and then it's just the algorithm that you might pop up on, or something that I didn't know I could do that. That becomes your entertainment to switch to your education because you're using something that you didn't even know could put you in that situation. Because otherwise, if people don't go to school, they ain't learning how to rewire this or do that. Let me go back 15 seconds. They trying to figure out
learn from their mistakes.
Learn from that. It's other people's. It's other people's using their entertainment for your education.
Okay. All right.
That was a bar.
Valid
That was a bar.
Okay, he answered the question of what I was trying to get to. Alright, fuck with that. Okay. This is what I'll say. Let me change maybe the aspect of what I was trying to get to. When did the negative entertainment become our biggest influence?
From the music.
Really?
How else would we learn from the negative? Because anything else has been pushed in. I mean, even back in the day, they was running over niggas' albums because they didn't want to listen to them. But what, like Eazy said, I don't give a shit. They bought them. So we using the negative of what they push onto us to even find out our own of what we want to do. Because niggas didn't know about pulling no drive-by unless you was in the hood. Niggas didn't know about no switches unless you was in the hood. It all comes from us learning from the negative that they pushed on us to say, oh, we're going to blind you from it. How you going to blind it from us when that's all you pushing? That's all we listen to. Anybody else's raps, you don't hear no positive. When the last time you heard some positive shit in the rap?
Never.
When the last time you heard about loving on some? It's all about switches, like I said, switches, bitches, and hitting blocks. That's all we know about. That's all we fucking know about, bro.
And get some money in between.
Get some money. I got a bag. I'm sitting here like this.
Yeah.
You don't know what that nigga had to go through to get that bag. You don't know what he had to see to get that bag.
Yeah, dead. Nigga.
Right. That nigga was selling dope on it at one
John, nigga was fighting John.
But all they want to do is get to the money.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And that's all he got. And what happened when he got paid his baby mama something? He got what he gonna do? Pay his own?
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Far as the the negative entertainment becomes the biggest influence, right? And just like you say, you don't know about shit until you get to the motherfucker if you don't ever really come from the hood for real.
Exactly.
So you know the pros and the cons that come with the shit, but you're highlighting all the shit that you feel to an extent makes you feel glorified and feel accepted. No one's never giving you that back end. Them niggas that had to sit in that block for riding for the city, nobody speaks on that story. All them baby mamas you got, nobody speaks on that story. All the times you got robbed, nobody speaks on that story. How your family started.
The consumer don't want to hear none of that.
Yeah,
They don't want to hear about your problem.
that's what I'm saying.
The consumer
People want that. They
That's
want
what
to
I'm
hear
saying.
more. They'll be like, oh shit, I like that. I
That's
like
what
that.
I'm saying. How did that become acceptable, bro? To where you ain't need the full story. Think about it. Imagine, let's be realistic, right? Because it's a form of art. We listen to music, right? Form of art. Like I say, no different from a painting, no different from a motherfucker writing a book. They're all artists, correct? Okay. Imagine you read a book, 200 pages, that was a rap, how rap is created. Far as the ideal of it's the same shit. It's no beginning, middle, or fucking end. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like that's never displayed within the rap aspect. There's never no beginning. This is where the fuck I come from. Boom. Once I hit this is who I became. Boom. This is where I'm going. I'm trying to take y'all. This needs to be the fucking influence. This is how you need to move. Future over his whole fucking career, he did the same exact shit from fucking beginning to where the fuck he is now.
Because they don't want you to see
All
it.
that shit in between, you never got to really know him for real. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just the ideal of this is what he came in on. When he tried to do the different genre shit, showing y'all who he was, how diverse, how talented he was, all this and that. Nigga missed all that. Soon as he dropped Monster, it went back to the same shit he was doing from the fucking beginning.
Because like
That's all niggas. And he been in the game how long? That's what I'm saying.
They don't want to hear nothing about that.
They don't want to hear the life story. They
They're
want
not trying
to
to
hear
hear
Percocets and Molly because it's the generation that if you ain't high, you ain't cool.
Yeah.
Niggas, that's what they want. Like I remember I tried to let you listen to that Thug song. Fuck all that, let's get straight to it. And then the first thing you saw, it's that mumble rap shit. Because that's what niggas is listening to. It's because there's no more substance in rap. There's no more guidance in it. It's no more to tell. It's just like Biggie Smalls, the 10 Crack Commandments. He was teaching you niggas how to sell crack. You niggas ain't listening to that. Niggas ain't listening to that now. They just want to hear, oh, this is how I got the money. This is what, because they can figure that shit out online. They can go look on Reddit on how to cook crack. They can go ask auntie on how to cook some crack. So they just want to feel of, this is where I can get to, because that's all they want to hear is just how to get high, show what they know how to do, and leave it at that. Because I mean, there's no substance. I'm saying it matters nothing about what it used to be. It used to be about how to get money, how to work the streets, how to be successful. I mean, and there was a chop of it into that situation, but now it's just bullshit. You can't find no substance of it depending on what rap that you find, but other than that, like you said, it's 15 seconds, bro. It's 15 seconds to find your line of fame, and then from there, you'll figure it out.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, I say.